What's happening, everybody? Welcome. How's everybody's Wednesday going so far? How's your self quarantines going? Guess that's a better question.
Hell yeah.
I don't really like people, so it's fine by me.
I despise people, but I have to deal with them still on a
I'm on
massive quantity too at that freaking dollar store. It's crazy.
I'm on leave starting Friday for a week, but that was because I was going to Iceland. It had nothing to do with what's going on. So, the tattoo shops apparently are not closed yet, so I might go get another tattoo.
They're starting to around here. I'm having a lot
Here,
of
too.
difficulty. You wouldn't think a guy who is literally opening the conversation with, so it's my birthday and I have money, would have a troubled time getting an appointment with a tattoo artist, but geez, the times we fucking live in right now.
I think it was Clown Puncher who was just talking about it, how by him, Hammond and Whiting, Indiana, which is like right over the border here, they were shutting down tattoo shops, bars.
Tattoo shops are one of the cleanest places, though.
Right.
That's what I would think.
Reputable
Yeah.
tattoo shops. Let's get that straight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not the
exactly.
back alley varieties.
Yeah.
I got a notice for my tattoo shop that I get my tattoos from, and they just ask that you don't hang out in the lobby, you don't congregate. If you have an appointment, you show up alone, leave your family behind. No friends, no family, just get your tattoo, get in, get out.
Makes sense.
Ohio closed all theirs. Well, they were told to.
Told.
Before I forget here, let's say hello to everybody. I see Jerry's out there, Wombatsky, Addy Tooney's in the house.
Zilla.
Zilla's out there, Ronsby, V-Dog's out there. Oh, look, there's a Larry in chat, too. How the fuck is there two of them?
That's the last thing we need.
Multiply.
My peeps. Who's out there? Hobag's out there, Light Bear. There's a Lumi in the chat.
Who?
Get a tattoo of a goat on my butt.
I expect people to slowly
Man? That's your thing, man.
expect everybody to slowly roll in, being as the rest of you were having problems finding my stream. Apparently YouTube is being a gigantic fucking douche waffle, so
The doggo.
we
Yeah, I
had
got to hear like the last note of the intro song. It took like that long for the spinny wheel of doom to go away on my end.
Jesus.
Yeah, YouTube's being a real piece of work. A real card.
Real card.
A little crazy. There was only one reason for the reason I named the show the way I did tonight. We're not going anywhere. I self-quarantine every day because I work at home, so I'll be here every Wednesday, so.
I'm gonna be off work for like 10 days.
Slight caveat to that statement. We're not on the right show for that, but if it's handy, there it is. Slight caveat to that. This coming Wednesday, I may or may not do a show. It's going to depend on how I'm feeling. Because I've ripped out all of the floors in my house down to the subfloor.
Oh
shit.
And I'm laying all new flooring starting on Saturday.
Somebody's an overachiever.
Depending on how I feel on fucking Wednesday, depending on how bad I'm hurting, I'll say, is going to depend on whether I do a show or not. In fact, all of this that's right here stacked up here, that's all going to be going in my office. That's reclaimed from my kitchen and my hallway. So, get to do flooring in the entire fucking house, which I wasn't initially planning on, but I was like, oh, fuck it, I may as well reclaim it because it's still in good shape and my office needs flooring, so kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, if you don't run one, I'll run one, man.
Yeah, but I will let
No
you
problem.
guys know ahead of time if I'm going to run one. If I'm going to run one, I'll try to put up some little short video or something on here, just a quick, hey, yeah, we're doing it, or no, we're not. Because my old man is coming up from about 2 hours away to come help me get it all done, so. Yeah. If it was tile work, I'd probably be paying somebody else to do it, Zilla. I'm not a tile person. But it's gonna be fun, and if it doesn't fucking look nice when I'm done, I'm gonna be fucking furious that I spent all that time and hurt the piss out of myself. 'Cause I know it's coming shit just from pulling 3 rooms of carpet and then the hard flooring that I pulled out of the kitchen. Man, my fucking ass and thighs were killing me from fucking squatting and standing so goddamn much. Not to mention my son's room, somebody went a little overzealous with the staple gun on the fucking carpet pad. I swear to God, I pulled like,
gun.
just in his bedroom alone, I think I must have pulled 200 fucking staples out of the floor there. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You don't need that many for one carpet pad in like a 12-foot by 15-foot room. It's not that big a deal.
Jeez.
Well, he does have a
I'm jealous that your son has a bigger room than I do.
No. He's got the second biggest room in the house. Or bedroom-wise. Then the missus's office is technically a bedroom, but it's the smallest one. I think it's like 10 by 10. Yeah. It'll be fun, though. The whole damn house. And try to get it done, because I took all next week off from work so I could do it. So. Basically, that whole next week is just going to be me hurting myself and then trying to recover in 4 days.
Jeez.
Definitely
Larry!
no going up and downstairs for a couple days afterwards, I'm sure.
Right, at least take it easy, yeah.
No yawning.
No, that's what
no. Hey. Get with the program, dude.
If you start yawning too much, it's okay. If you fall asleep, we'll just mute you. So don't worry about that. You'll be alright.
I remember that time you fell asleep during the fights. You looked so peaceful.
Right?
Zilla, luckily enough for what I'm laying, all of my trim, I didn't have to pull up because it's high enough off of the subfloor to where I'm just going to have to throw some quarter round down and I'll be good.
Nice. That's a plus.
Yeah, so pull out the old fucking air nailer, get some little pin nails, and go to work. That's alright. Once the floor's done, it's done, and I don't have to fuck with it again for God knows how many years until the missus decides, oh, we need something new. I'll be, no, you fuck you, you do it yourself. I did it once already.
You got something new once already. Live with it.
That's right.
That is the thing, isn't it, Paul? The moving of shit that is underneath, you know, that your flooring is underneath. It's like
That was the
be
worst.
the pain in the ass.
That was the worst part, just trying to take out all the carpet and everything, was moving everything from one room to the next. Or then after we did the first room, we realized, you know what, let's just move everything to one side of the room, rip half of it out, and then move it back to the other side.
Yeah.
Much fucking easier that way.
That's the thing we're probably looking forward to the least about remodeling our house this year, is that
Flooring.
basically all the carpet has to go because it's like literally 40-something-year-old, like old lady dirt beige colored, and it needs to
Oh,
go.
shit.
But it, like, we have a lot of stuff. That's gonna suck.
The worst part of it all for me is I used to have jobs where I was hardworking. Now I sit at a fucking desk for fucking 8 to 10 hours a day, depending on what my schedule looks like. I'm nowhere near the physically fitter person I was. Like, before I had this job, I had 3 jobs. I worked at a golf course, I was working at a bar, and then I worked at a sports facility where I would sit up and tear down fucking events, where sporting events, gun shows, fucking boat shows, you name it. They did everything in this little facility. So I was constantly moving. Now this being stagnant for the last fucking 4.5 years kicks my ass anytime I have to do something crazy for more than like an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, that's probably my own fault because I don't go to the gym or do any of that shit. It is what it is. It's gonna be fun though.
There you go.
That's part of it, Rollinsby. The other part of that, the first coil I ever wrapped was around a golf tee. That would have
Was
been
someone asking where it came from?
Yeah. That was on your channel, I think, wasn't it, Fresh?
I think it was.
Like you gotta have something that you can wrap some wire around.
Well, no, he'd already wrapped it by the time that he jumped on the show.
Nice.
Great big old coil. Like, okay, dude, yeah, it'll vape. It'll vape, go for it, man.
5-6 millimeter. It was like 5.5, 6 millimeter. Big ass fuck off
God.
golf tee.
It's great. Vaping on the velocity.
Oh shit.
I think with the pair of those with the big ass fucking fuck off, it owned like a 0.65 or some shit for a dual coil because the fucking inner diameter was so
massive.
fucking huge.
Jesus, tits. That's
I remember. I
hilarious.
still remember that first vape of yours though. You got it all wicked up. You got it all juiced up. Took his rip, and he's like, "Oh man, like okay, I understand why everybody goes and buys all this."
Did you stick like a whole pad of Muji through that thing?
There's a lot.
Fucking massive amount.
Yeah,
Probably
most
could
of
have
my
shoved a
6
tampon
millimeters.
through there and used that.
yeah, most of the 6 millimeter Lumi braid setups that I do, it literally takes an entire fucking pad of Muji, like Scottish wick, stretched and then re-rolled on itself to fit in that motherfucker.
I think because my 5 millimeter Lumi braids that I do in the drop, it's because I did it with Muji one time. It's a Muji minus like
A chunk.
a sixth or like a fifth maybe, and then the rest goes in there.
Yep.
It's like really, but yeah, and then it takes like fucking 3 mils to like get the wick primed. Totally worth it though.
Yeah,
So exactly.
I had
Totally
60
worth it.
mils of liquid when I started.
Exactly.
I'm down to about 3, and I've just got this fucking thing wicked.
But you don't have to drip again for 7 days, so
That's true.
it's that CV setup. Drip once, you don't have to drip again for 7 days in case you're under that self-isolation.
That's right. Lumi braids. Miss Lumi braids herself over there.
That's
Hi.
right.
I actually have to make a braid for Mr. Lumi right now.
I need to actually get mine back to life.
Well,
Actually,
ASMR
make some
for
liquid,
everybody.
too.
I'm sitting over here pouring seltzer.
Had my first fucking injury of doing all of this shit already. I was taking my gas stove out so that way I could pull up the flooring underneath it. Fucking 2 wrenches, wasn't paying attention, smashed my fucking finger in between the 2 wrenches. I'm going, son of a bitch. Ripped my nail half up. I'm going, oh, this is going to be a fun week.
Yeah.
I just
see it.
I hate
just
that
taped
shit.
it back down and good to go.
That's right.
See it. Show us. Show us.
There is my new tattoo, Linda. Thank you for asking.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I like
do
seeing
want to see
that,
it.
but I also want to see TJ's.
TJ's mangled limb.
I
You
wanna
don't need to
your
see my mangled limb.
I want to
I'm
see
trying to
it.
get a good. This fucking light. I have to turn the other one on too. I'm sitting over here typing flavor notes away. Yeah, now I'm blinded.
Mangled limb.
There you go.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it did turn out really nice. Still healing, so there's still time for my body to turn the ink blue, like it always does on black tattoos. But that's all right. It's gonna look sharp.
Mine are still all black.
I was starting to get upset at somebody today because they were being condescending pricks, and I was like rubbing my head, and I like glanced over. I'm like, okay, you're right, man. You're right, Rye.
Everybody gets one.
Good little reminder.
It is awesome stuff, Juice Man. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, I need to literally hit order on my Bull City cart, and that's going to be here
It's really good stuff, Adam.
in
You'll,
3 or 4 days.
to be honest, I usually, instead of doing my quick custard, I've just been grabbing that.
Really? Like 2% or whatever?
Yeah, just 2%, throw fruit on it, and out the door.
Nice.
because it doesn't need to steep. It just tastes delicious right away.
Oh wow, because the fresh quick custard is my lazy out the door mix usually.
I still do it every once in a while.
Like it got so much to where I was gonna make like my own one shot of quick custard base, just so I could throw whatever the hell I wanted to whenever I wanted. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Yeah,
the.
I mean,
I have some swag flavors that I haven't tried that, and that's kind of like my litmus test base for a lot of flavorings is the quick custard base because I know what it tastes like and I know what other stuff tastes like with it.
Rollins and man, I mean, we'll get Adam his own mix and show. We'll get Meter his own mix and show. Lumi can have her own mix and show. Larry's gonna have his own show. Golf Tea will be on Wednesdays. What'd you make?
Little something special from the Meter there.
Oh.
There is fuckery afoot.
There is
absolutely fuckery afoot. I'm very excited.
I'm excited too. I have to rewick after the show.
Same here. I got like 4 setups over here that are just waiting to be completely rebuilt for all this shit that I've got. Too much going on, but it's worth it. It's gonna be worth it in the end, I promise.
Ooh, that actually sounds really good. Rice pudding, a little bit of cinnamon, some vanilla. Evening, Greg.
My Lord Wrench.
Evening.
Oh no!
Oh
Don't
no.
do it! Don't do it! Don't do it. Okay, we're good.
What the hell was that about?
I set my hot glue on fire, and the last time I did that, I severely burned myself.
This glue is on fire.
Right.
Oh!
What's on
Being
the
as you're
shelf?
singing, I forgot. I need to make you add something to the list, because there was a message on the YouTube, so let me pull it back up. It was from Pop Up Man.
Oh, for sure.
We still got a little while on the voting too, though.
Please tell me it was like Boys to Men or something completely non sequitur from.
No,
Putt,
he
putt.
wants the Dead Milkmen Punk Rock Girl.
Oh, that's a great song.
That's a great
Did
fucking
that
song.
top 100 though?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
It probably did in the punk
I
charts.
don't know about that.
God dang it.
Like
That's
I
a
like
great
the Dead
song,
Milkmen
too.
as much as the next people, but apparently Michelle Hughes wants to do a 24/7 show with me. You gonna come move in with me and Jax, Michelle?
Just all day mixing.
Fuck that shit. I'm
What do
the
you
one moving in.
You can come move in too. Be fresh in the 3 ladies, naked all the time.
Damn it.
Yeah.
How exhausted can one man get?
Aw, shit.
It's gonna
Punk
be
Rock
fun.
Girl.
It's gonna be fun to find out. It did?
Punk Rock Girl, number 11, U.S. Modern Rock Tracks Billboard.
Perfect.
It
That
debuted at 27.
Yeah, there we
Really?
go.
It's debuted at 27 and spent
That
10 weeks on the chart, peaking at 11.
Yep, it is
You are officially good with Punk Rock Girl.
added to the list.
Fuck yeah. I love that song.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that pops up all the time on Spoofy, the Spotify, when me and Ed are listening to random punk lists.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. You got another entry from Rollinsby in chat.
Holy crap. Sad thing is I know how to play that song already, so.
I don't want to know why. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't remember even.
You got to look back at his old pictures. Because before Adam had the beard.
Oh,
it
yeah.
went the other direction.
Long hair and no facial hair? Oh my god, yeah.
His hair used to go the opposite direction.
Mhm.
Like somebody held the top of Adam's head and Play-Doh squeezed him.
Pretty much. That's exactly what happened.
Oddly enough, the same thing happened to me.
I understand the particular affliction.
I never told you what song to buy from Amazon.
Buy all of them. Buy the
We were
whole
talking
album.
about Eddie and the Arsons available on Amazon right now. Like if you had to buy one song, buy the song "Go Away."
That's all.
Eddie and the Arsons, "Go Away." Or just go on YouTube right now and just watch the video.
It's a great video.
I like Doormat myself.
I'm partial to Let Them Eat
There you
Cake
go.
because I like Angry Eddie.
Wow, see, there you go. There's a nice mix.
But if you need to find it,
Yeah, "Go Away" is like probably like the most like kind of us, I guess.
oh shit, I'm stupid. I'm on the wrong account, so I can't post links. Dear.
Good going, sir. Good going.
Technically, the link is out there. You can't click it, but it's there.
Yeah,
The
there was
wire is super squeaky.
Oh, I still got the stream playing in the background on another tab. Maybe that's why everything's running like shit.
Yeah, Greg. Jax was on Wendy's show on Monday because I was putting together that thing's way taller than 6 foot, by the way. 6 foot cat tree.
Jesus. So your cats can peer over top of you as the overlords now?
They demanded proper tribute, so we got it for him. Padme's the only one that goes up to the top. Ivana, we put her up on kind of the top, and she just got real nervous, so she just kind of hangs out in the lower portions of the kitty tower. But Padme's all about getting all the way up to the top. She was trying to get up on top of the drapes, but
Shit.
we rotated it so that it was a little bit harder for her.
Until you hear the big thud one day because she's fucking trying to jump onto it.
Exactly. That's right, Lightbearer. That is a fortress. It's massive.
Who the fuck is Eddie and the Watsons?
Eddie and the Watsons. Is that
It's
Eddie's
just
other band that he doesn't
showed
like to know
up.
about?
It just showed up in the URL for some reason in keywords.
Turning into Sherlock Holmes.
But it's definitely us. It's 99 cents. It's weird. That's so weird seeing my band. I never really actually looked on Amazon, and I just know that like I've always said like, oh, you can get it on Amazon, on Google Play, on iTunes, blah blah, because that's what Ed told me, you know. I never actually
I
looked.
bought it
I'm
on
like,
Amazon.
holy shit.
I bought it on Amazon.
Somebody actually left a comment on one of the songs like 2 years ago, or on the album. I think they downloaded our full length, the first album we released, and it was like from 2017 or something. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna leave a comment and be like, thanks. You know, I don't know if I'll ever see it. Hopefully you will. But I was like, thanks, dude. Glad you enjoyed it. You know, Adam, the bass player. Like, hopefully he'll see it and he'll be like, holy shit, 3 years late, but that's fucking cool.
Right.
Because I never even thought about it until Michelle Hughes was talking about she wanted to hear us or download a song. Thank you for your support, by the way, Michelle.
I just purchased all of mine the easy way, directly from EddieandTheArsons.com.
I don't even know what's on that site. Honestly.
Part of the old album and all of the new album.
Yeah, see, I always tell people to go to Amazon because you can buy the whole album in one product. And then you can buy the EP as one product, but then all the other singles that we released in between the new EP and the original album, they're all just random MP3s on Amazon. I told Ed he should have made those into a collection too.
Right.
Call them like, you know, like the B-side collection or rare tracks or something like that, you know?
The burnt list.
Yes, anything. I like that. Go with that. I might have him do that.
Oh, I did learn a new thing this week, though. For the most part, almost every single grub screw you will encounter in the vaping world is a 1.5 millimeter Allen head, with the
Okay.
exception of 2 atomizers. Out of all the atomizers I have used, only 2 do not use a standard sized Allen key. And every standard set of Allen keys you can purchase from every single tool outlet and major retail store only goes down to 1.5 millimeter. To get anything smaller, you have to custom order either the 0.9 or 1.3 millimeter Allen keys.
I think
Unless you
I have 1.3 here meter actually, because
I-
my old iGo
I-
L used that.
I found mine yesterday after literally looking for it for almost 8 months. And I even
Nice.
double checked it just to make sure it was the right one. And then I almost wanted to punch the people that made this fucking atomizer.
Now I need to
Can't
see
you
if
just
I-
buy replacement grub
Still
screws with the
exists.
right fucking 1.5?
How do you get the old ones out?
Very
Because
carefully.
that was the problem. Is the
Very
old ones were
carefully.
stuck in there with a build in that atomizer. And the Allen key that went to it had grown fucking legs. And I literally tore my house apart and then went and bought 3 new full fucking sets of Allen keys. None of them went down past 1.5.
I think mine's in a box somewhere. It doesn't exist in here.
It's infuriating. But yeah, 1.3 and 0.9 millimeter are also an option. They are just individually selected options and a pain in the ass to
Jeez.
fucking deal with.
Annoying.
So you have to buy their tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what it was. And I'm still trying to find a place that you could. I've been told rumors by several people of a store that you can take a screw into and they can get you that size replacement screw with a different head type on it. I've yet to find a place that can actually do that, though. And I've been to several. Fastenal gives you really weird looks when you try and explain that to them, too.
Maybe I'll throw some of these in when I finally get around to sending your shit. I have like just a massive amount of grubs, different size grub screws from fucking various vendors and Fast Tech and whatnot. These are the good ones. These are the ones that don't strip.
Right?
Those are like the pricier ones. I hate grub screws and atomizers.
There you go. Zilla's got you, meter.
Granger Supply has them.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I might have to call and see if they're still open in this trying time of CV life.
Hermione Granger.
Yeah. Fucking. So what's everybody else got planned this week? Any exciting things as you're avoiding contact with other human beings?
I'm out there rubbing faces, man.
It's just
Yeah,
I work at a hospital. People go to shake hands with me. I just reach out and shake their nose.
it's just
Yeah, I'm on the
And I
polar
go
opposite of that.
I go do my due diligence with the hand sanitizer.
I'm on the polar opposite of that side of things. I'm self quarantining so hard that I social distanced all over the living room earlier.
Yeah, like we had our first employee go down for testing, and it all came back negative. So, but I mean that's the thing is if they tested everybody around, like you would, I think the number is around like they said the average number would be like 10% are just carrying, not really symptomatic.
Right.
So, you know, it's one of those things. But it's going to be a nightmare once somebody actually catches it in the hospital.
oh yeah.
So,
They just had a doctor here at the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin test positive for it. And they had to notify like 200 different patients and their families because of it. Well, fuck.
They just went into freak out mode here because of the 35 confirmed situations in my state. 4 of them are in my town, and one of them was the idiot that made national fucking headlines because he got confirmed and then refused to quarantine and went back out into public knowing he was positive. So, you know,
Jeez.
good old Midwest logic.
Fuck it, America.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
speaking of going into public positive, did anybody see the story of the guy? I think it was in France? Tried to sneak out of his house wearing a inflatable
The
dinosaur
T-Rex.
costume, T-Rex
Oh,
costume.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
I was like,
Empty fucking ghost town, and then a just inflatable 9-foot T-Rex is waddling out of a house non-suspiciously.
yeah, I was like,
Oh.
are you shitting me?
So
The guy gets a fucking A for fucking creativity at least.
Absolutely. I laughed so fucking hard when I saw that shit. Oh god, that was beautiful.
So Michelle, my thoughts on the whole thing. It's if you're immunocompromised or just in a weakened state, period. Do yourself a favor, stay home. If you're not, it's not a big deal. It's far less prevalent than the flu. It's far less deadly than the flu. It's just super contagious, and that's the deal. It's just a super contagious thing.
Oh.
But I mean, if you're not immunocompromised or elderly or just in a weakened state, it's not going to really do anything to you. You may not even realize that you have it. So it's really not nearly as big of a deal, and we've seen the cycle of the disease at this point. We know how long it takes to get things under control, and it takes 2 months. And right now we're sitting about 2 weeks into what's going on here. We can't discuss specifics about this stuff because we want Golf T's video to hang around. But yeah, we've seen the cycle, and we know what goes on, and we've seen really draconian measures over in a certain country that produces a lot of the products for the world, and then there is a close by neighbor that didn't take so many draconian measures and basically did what we're doing now, and it both equated out to about the same amount of time, and things are getting back to normal in those places right now. So it's about 2 months is what it's going to take for things to calm down. That's about what I figured. I figured about May things would start calming down. So there you go.
I want to watch the Black Widow movie, so shit better get good.
Well, no. What you want, Lumi, is you want for things to stay bad because then they'll release it on Disney Plus, like they're about to do with Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah.
And unless they do what Universal's doing, it's going to release them for $20.
$20 rentals, yeah.
The other thing that they're doing, I've already heard it. They've pushed back Black Widow for a different date so far.
To be honest, that's not a bad idea if you're them. If you want.
Well, I mean, if they really wanted Disney Plus subscribership to go up, they would totally release Black Widow on Disney
digitally.
Plus.
Yeah, let it go out digitally and it'll go insane.
Yeah, they would get so many people buying just to go watch that movie, and then they would realize what a cool subscription service it is.
Or
It's
just
a really cool subscription service.
Or if it was done and ready, just release Mandalorian season 2.
Yeah.
That would absolutely hold them over.
So the other thing I have with all these releases coming out on Disney Plus is I finally sat down and watched Frozen 2. I know everybody was dying to hear my take on this. It was very meh. It was not nearly as good as the first one. The first one was a fantastic movie. Like I really can't take anything away from Frozen. It should never have been the highest grossing movie of all freaking time, which I don't think it has it anymore, but it was for a minute.
No, I thought it was the highest grossing animated.
Oh, it's
film.
by far the highest grossing animated movie of all time. By far.
Yeah.
But it was the highest grossing movie of all time as well for a minute.
Yeah, I think the re-release
I think Avengers Endgame put it down.
Endgame, yeah, I think when they did the re-release of it, it put them back up over the top and secured it.
Yeah. So it's the first one, first one's fantastic. I really can't take anything away from it. The second one, I thought it was pretty meh. It was pretty meh.
And say I've managed to avoid it.
Likewise.
I did not get the
I
opportunity
was
to
sitting there
avoid the
last
first
night
one, though.
waiting for corned beef and cabbage to get done. I was like, dink, Frozen 2.
That's exactly what I had for dinner last night.
Lightbearer, Let It Go wasn't like there was 2 notes of Let It Go, and Elsa was like, ah. That part made me laugh.
Yeah, I'm downloading Borderlands 3.
That's a good call.
Not
Gotta
for
keep
the
you-
main story.
gotta keep you busy for a minute.
Crap.
I mean, I'll probably play a shit ton of Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I probably won't be playing much anything. I'm just going to be putting floors down.
Yeah.
Then getting myself a walker to get from one room to the next for like 4 days.
Cherokee, PG is not antibacterial, it's antimicrobial.
Microbial. That is a difference.
Big difference.
Still good, but not the same good you were thinking.
Yeah. But I mean, theoretically, I mean, they were using it over in that certain country that produces the majority of the world's goods. They were using
That's
it
right.
to fumigate.
They fogged, yeah, they were fogging stuff with it. That's right.
Yeah. And I mean, back in like the 70s, I mean, the difference between having it in there and not having it in a hospital ward, it was like 35% infection to like 3% infection. So there is something to it.
I
Anyway,
hate things with hex keys.
Aw.
Hex keys are the devil.
Yeah, they're the bane, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll take a video of how crippled I am, Lightbearer, so that way everybody can see.
you at least got some good knee pads.
I got a little fucking thick foam that I just move around and kneel on.
Okay. That'll help a lot.
Oh, yeah. The first time I did it, I didn't do knee pads, and that was a mistake. My knees were on fire for like fucking 2 weeks because from all the pressure just sitting on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun though. I start in my son's room so his gets done first, and then he can fucking play in there and stay the hell out of my way while I do the rest of it. Yeah. Right now, the rest of my you guys can see the stack of shit here. The rest of my office is turned right now into a storage facility for everything because I was like, I'm not putting everything back in the house until I finish this. There's no fucking point in having to move it again. So our couch comes apart into like 5 pieces. I didn't even put the couch back together. I just left it in the living room in a couple different pieces. I'm like, there's still places to sit. You're fine.
Oh, yeah.
No reason to fucking work hard on this shit at all.
Damn right.
Hilarious. I make build stands and I still don't have one for myself. So I'm over here trying to fucking hold on to my RDA like, man, I wish I had a build stand.
I beg to differ. I know for a fact you have one for you.
I just don't have a 510 in it yet.
Get on that.
How's your braid coming there?
Going in the bulk. The bulk fucking hates everything. So
It does.
You should probably take that up with Fagin.
it's just pissing me off at this point. But Mr. Loomy, his rebirth finally took a shit on him. And we don't have any other RTs at the moment, so I was like, I'll see if I can put this bulk together for you while we go on the hunting for him to get his new RTA.
He's not figured out how to build for himself yet, so you're still doing it for him?
I still build his e-liquid, I still build his coils, I still wick his coils.
So basically, do you change his diapers too?
No.
Fucking little bit of mommy syndrome going on over there.
He told me it was the trade for him having to go to the post office all the time. I think he's just lazy.
Ugh. Some people's children. Man. I guess, well, at least now you know what it's like to have a kid. You have to do everything for them. Because they can't do shit for themselves.
And I went down the YouTube rabbit hole and ran across the old HBO Spawn series.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was really cool. Way better than that movie.
I mean,
really, really bad fucking CG graphics in that
I
movie.
mean,
Holy shit.
Well, for the time,
yeah.
No, for the time they were bad.
Yeah, that
Like,
movie was
for-
about the acting, not the graphics.
That movie
like,
was rough.
and for the time, those cape effects were never done before.
That shit was still legit back in the day.
Don't care.
That
I
and
just remember being
John
so
Leguizamo.
disappointed when I saw that in
Yes,
the theater.
John
Leguizamo made
Leguizamo.
that movie.
He made that movie 100%.
I agree. He was way better than Spawn, for
That
sure.
clown was the greatest.
Yeah, he played a good character.
Fuck yes, he did.
And think of how much
So
pain
much.
the guy was in, because that was a practical suit.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen that movie in years. I don't plan on doing it anytime soon, though.
Yeah.
It's just one of those ones I went to the theater and I was just so disappointed. Like, damn it!
Speaking of movies, I saw something the other day. When was it? About a week or two ago? Or actually, no, it had to have been probably a month ago. Apparently, Rick Moranis is coming back to acting again.
They're
Yeah,
gonna
good.
reboot
Honey,
Honey,
I
I
Shrunk-
Shrunk the Kids. Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, they're rebooting Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and he's coming back for it. They brought Rick Moranis out of retirement.
Wow.
Shit, the only reason he retired was for a noble reason too, and it was to raise his family. And now his family are they're adults now, so he can go back to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
he's a gem, dude. I think it
Rick
gives
Moranis
a
is a
little
good
bit of
dude.
credibility.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Question
Seemed like it anyway. I've never actually met the
Question
man.
is he going to be in Ghostbusters 3?
I mean, he should be.
He kind of has to be. I think he's one of the few surviving ones, and they said that everyone alive from the original series has some part to play in the new one. So he's alive.
I did it! I did it! I'm a Ghostbuster!
You really shouldn't be driving, but I got to get downtown.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
So you want to play some Parcheesi or Super Mario Brothers?
Speaking of old movies, I went back and watched The Shawshank Redemption this week.
It's amazing.
That's
one
such
of
a
my favorite
fucking
movies of all
classic.
time.
It really is. It's fucking fantastic. And the more I watch it, the more I pick up on little intricacies that I missed before. And there's every time it's something new.
Yep.
Or either that, or
did
it's
that.
that I've forgotten about it because I hadn't watched it in such a long time.
I did that about 2 weeks ago with The Green Mile for the first time, and for fucking everyone was like, "Oh shit, that's right. This is super fucking amazing movie."
Yeah, The
Here's
Green
all
Mile-
the
oh.
feels. Good luck.
And
You're
to
about to
think they're-
run your emotional gamut through this 2-hour movie.
And to think they're both based on Stephen King's short stories.
No shit, right?
Connections.
Go get your pancakes, Michelle. Go get it.
Like a
Luke's been up
vape
to-
pancake?
Yeah, she's gonna make baked pancakes.
Making bacon pancakes.
Damn, that sounds kind of good right now.
You ready to see what Lumi is up to?
Do it.
The
I guess it's still
aliens?
probably about 5'6".
Look at him. Wow.
She's a baby.
Those are fancy.
There's that white one.
Holy shit.
I just got these molds in, so I'm gonna have a new orb.
Herb.
It's huge. It's bigly.
Nice.
So does that mean you're almost ready to start Orbception now? While we're waiting for Skullception to be a thing?
I probably could do Orbception.
See, that's how it starts. Don't fucking tempt me.
Beep, beep.
Holy shit! Look at that guy.
Socrates.
It's been a while since I've seen you in chat. How are you, buddy? How I see you on the replays. That's my favorite time to see is because then I get a play-by-play of what part of the show you're watching.
Yep. What the hell were we talking about?
Oh yeah, they were talking about shutting his part of the world down today too, I imagine.
His part of the world has been shut down.
Not quite all the way to him, no, I don't think. And I think it's creeping that way from what the news was saying.
Oh,
Kids these days.
pure craziness.
Ricky Mahoney and I was in the exact same boat for like a second. I was like, did she get like Bisquick and syrup in her mail? And that's how she's making pancakes? That's why I said, wait, vape pancakes?
She went out to the,
Go back and watch.
Man.
I was legitimately confused for like a second.
Those Massachusetts flavor laws are getting fucking weird.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's been a long day. Also, I've been on Top Chat for who knows how long.
Every time I resize it, it goes back to top chat.
I think that's what it was. I resized my window because I know I switched it when I popped it out.
I wonder what
Because it
happened.
automatically pops out to Top Chat too. It's like, fuck, come on. You dick.
You know what drives me nuts is if you leave it there, it's on live chat. If you just leave it where it's at, it stays on live chat. The second you pop it out, it flips over to top chat.
Yep. Yeah, they're jerks. Total jerks.
To be honest, I really wish they would just get rid of Top Chat in general. Just leave it at live
There's
chat.
no reason for it, yeah.
Yeah, make an option for us to switch to top chat if we want.
Default. Yeah, it should default. You should be able to
Default?
choose your default.
They're following that Facebook, Instagram model of what's chronological order.
You know, that was the worst mistake that fucking company ever made, in my opinion.
No shit.
Nobody cares what you did 5 days ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it was really funny.
And if it was that funny, somebody would have shared it.
Yep.
Multiple
synced it.
times.
And
Especially if it's at your own expense.
that's it.
My bass player from the Disheartened had a meme that he made go viral, and it says it's a picture of the guy from Disturbed, and it says you can't get you know what if you're already down with the sickness. And it's like the best picture of the
That's
dude,
hilarious.
and it's been making like all kinds of rounds. He's like, look, I'm viral. He's like, I'm never viral.
That's funny shit.
That's a double
Get down,
pun.
come on, get down with the sickness. Oh, wow.
Well,
Weirdo.
we know.
That was the best part of Disturbed, what Adam just did right there. Oh,
Basically, right?
Fucking
I will say this: he's not on my top part of the list, but he is definitely on the list of notable sound makers for musicians. I mean, he's no Counting Crows, but not everybody.
Oh,
can
dude, I'm gonna send you some old Ed stuff when Ed was like a vocalist for his old metal band Swellbox, where he's like he's like doing like before dubstep. He was doing that kind of stuff
Nice.
over metal, like in
Nice.
breakdowns and stuff. It was pretty interesting because he's like a little fucking human beatbox anyway. In that case.
Yeah, put the cotton into the coil. Now that it's cooled down and I haven't reached over it topless, I'm set.
No more nipple burning.
No more nipple burning. I have learned my lesson.
I hope.
I hope so too.
Has anybody else seen the Danny Carey drum cam that came out earlier in the week?
Yes. Yeah, it was in my "you might like this," and I was like, I probably will like this. Let's watch this. Yeah, it was pretty sick. But I mean, I already know he's a fucking beast, so.
The comments were hilarious.
No, I didn't even get to that.
What's happening, Boca? Morning.
What's up, Mocha? Hey,
Yo.
hippie. What's up, hippie?
Happy hippie. Yeah, Jackal with their fucking chainsaw intro. I don't even remember what song that was.
The Lumberjack.
Is that what the song's called?
Yes.
Good lord.
Then there was Van Halen with the drill on the guitar
I remember that.
for Pound Cake.
Yeah. The drill. And then there's Tom Morello on the one Rage Against the Machine song where he's putting his cord, he takes his cord out and he's using it on the strings and going. It's like, dude, you fucking maniac. And that's what I love Tom Morello. Shit like that. Plus, he has fucking awesome guitar tone. Rage Against the Machine is like consistently solid. Just for what they do, they're just the best at what they do.
Because it's the only thing they do.
Pretty much. Yeah, don't try to get Zach to sing. He's not singing a tune. He's gonna, rap. Politically charged 99% of the time. But yeah.
I haven't seen Rage, but I've seen Tom Morello live.
By himself?
Yep.
The Night Watchman? Or just Tom Morello?
Just Tom Morello. He was at Sonic Temple last year, I think.
Word.
Although, interesting caveat.
Oh god, here we go.
I feel like we need more of those for the show.
If your tinfoil is properly secured, and you think back just a little bit, right about the time that they announced the quote-unquote revival of Rage Against the Machine, and then $400 fucking tickets for some of the concerts.
Oh yeah,
started hearing about a mysterious illness that started striking people down with furious and unequivocated anger.
Hmm.
Oh no.
I'm just saying. Hashtag look into it.
Oh, geez.
Aha! We are set.
Don't press the
that now.
button.
I just put my premix on it,
Okay.
so it would be fine if I accidentally press the button.
All right.
Unless I have it in my mouth, then it wouldn't be so great.
Whoa.
But now I have to make Mr. Loomy my my lemon cookie.
Oh, lemon cookie.
Whatever helps you through the quarantine.
I was gonna make a pancake, but maybe I should make lemon cookie. I'm sure I'm missing some flavors from your lemon cookie recipe.
It has one-on-one butter pecan in it.
I have that, I think, don't
I thought you had the one-on-one butter pecan ice cream.
Well, it'll be a fucking cookie ice cream on it.
He's making a blizzard
the
now.
glory of DIY.
Right? He just made that bitch a blizzard.
That's right.
Boom. Okay. That should have been done a week ago, but it's done now. Mwahaha. Mwahaha.
The what's done?
I've been typing a flavor note out on a beta flavor. Typing my notes that I needed to type.
Is that the thing that I should also be doing that I haven't done yet?
Have you touched it yet?
Still in the package on the couch.
Jesus.
You need this many days for it.
For realsies.
Yes. And yes, you should have done it the second it got there.
I've had so much stuff going on, I don't even know which way's up or
I'm
down.
going to be a disapproving parent. on this one, Libby.
Go for it. I've fucked up. Like, I have just been fucking up nonstop for the past couple of weeks.
To be fair, though, I fucked this one up by about a week. I did mix it when I got it, and then yeah.
Yeah.
And then what was going on? Well, I was sick last week, so that's my excuse.
It's a valid excuse.
Oh yeah, because you can't taste properly when you're sick.
Wasn't that type of sick though?
He was listening to too much Disturbed.
I was. I should have just had that playing on repeat in the John. That's what I should have done.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh man.
Okay.
I just thought, well, where's Meter?
There's so many unanswered messages.
I'm catching up slowly, at least. I got Mr. Loomy's stuff done that he asked for a week ago. Got my Mix and Vixen's recipe done. Got all my resin stuff in. I'm catching up.
Robert Kite. And there's Batch. Batch gets upset if you don't say hi to him. Hi, Batch.
Hello, Socorro.
Oh, there's Meter. Socorro!
Oh. Hi,
What'd I do?
So, have you looked into getting a tattoo artist just to come to your place and do it?
I think that's going to be the next step because I've talked to, I think, 6 different artists at this point, and most of them are either so busy dealing with what's going on right now or their shops have actually closed down because of what's going on. Because today we got put under the official both city and county no groups larger than 10 ordinance.
Yeah.
So most of them have either been just putting their shops completely on hold or aren't returning messages at the moment because everyone they already had booked is freaking out. So that's the next step I'm looking into, I think.
Later, Batch.
Later, Batch.
Oh, bag.
What's Hobeg doing?
He's in chat, so you can't say that word.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did Hobeg do?
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, sup.
Vic is gonna have such a blast with this massive RT. I think he's gonna be like, no, I don't want it. Just because of how large
is it belligerently loud at his preferred airflows spot?
But I mean, it's got fantastic flavor. Like there's nothing you can take away from that thing about the flavor. It's just the fact that it really does not like Loomy braids.
I just put a 10-strand Loomy braid in there. Like I've stooped low now. Like I've lowered my standards. There's a 10-strand in there.
What's the inner diameter? Is it still 5mm?
I did a 4 because I'm not using dual, so I did a 4.5.
Word. What did that amount to?
Point 1? No, that's not right. What's going on here?
Is it saying check atomizer?
We're not talking about this anymore. We're good.
Okay.
Somebody
I'd
build
say that thing's notorious for doing that too.
Unscrew it, screw it back in, unscrew it, screw it back in.
I'm throwing it in the fucking trash. I'm throwing it in the fucking trash. I'm so pissed right now.
It's weird.
There's something about the contacts on it that math is hard, Addy Tooney.
It can be.
There's no way a fucking 10-strand 5 wrap should ohm out at a 0.1.
Yeah, the black folks are the ones that do it.
I don't know.
Ironically, is what I've got.
Maybe it has something to do. Are they Cerakoted or?
I don't know. I took the drip tip off of it though. I really like the drip tip on the bolt. Well, the reviewer copy that I got was just funky to start with. So. Maybe I should just strip it down.
Little sandpaper and...
Yeah. And a whole lot of time.
Well, you got the week off.
Strip it.
I mean, unless you had other plans for your time off.
I was going to go look at some houses, assuming that real estate offices are still going to be doing that.
Oh, they're still doing it. I actually talked to my mortgage lender because I'm thinking about doing a cash out option on my home so that way I can put some more money back into my home, new windows and some other things.
Yeah.
They're still working. I just got a text from her yesterday. She said before you decide to buy, give them like about another month or so because right now the rates are really volatile because of everything that's going on. So it's hard to
That
get.
means she doesn't want you to get that good rate.
No, she said the rates are terrible right now. Like where mine's at, I have a 3.75% on mine. The one
So you got locked in on the VA.
Yeah, so the one that she quoted me at initially, that what there was right now was like a 5.8 or some shit. I was like, because the rates are all fuckered. She's like, after they had their meeting, they said probably in about 3 or 4 weeks, everything should smooth back out, and the rate should drop back down again.
Well, I mean, the housing market's going to collapse. So,
Basically.
Yeah, so rates should go to the fucking floor and be damn near nothing.
oh, and if anybody was thinking about taking that rent amnesty that they're offering, the rent and utility amnesty, do not fucking do it.
Yeah, literally, that's an Admiral Akbar.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
That is a trap. Do not do it, folks. Because you do have to pay that money. They are going to take it.
It'll come back, yeah.
It might not be now, but it will be coming.
And it might not be the way that you want it to go back either.
Yep.
Because if they give it to you when you want it, they're going to take it back when they want it and how they want it. That's how they work.
So, yeah. All sorts of fun things happening in the world. All sorts of them.
Michelle, just remind him that he has plenty of time.
Right.
Everything's all Clorox down.
Dude, that's the right way to go. All I can say is, thank God the Mrs. Couponer. All of that shit that everybody's clamoring for, fucking living like a king.
I was in luck because I bought 2 gallons of hand sanitizer like a few months ago because I wanted to just buy it in bulk. But I used it for getting resin off of my hands because it's really, really sticky. And I don't really want to wash it off my hands initially. I want to get as much of the resin off of my hands as I can. So I have 2 gallons of hand sanitizer on standby.
You make some money.
No. My
Oh,
husband's actually taking it to work with him now because the people at work are having a shortage. So I was like, just take one of the gallons to work.
You gotta be careful about that whole making money thing. I saw there's some guy in Tennessee that tried to pull that nonsense, and he's got like 17,000 bottles of fucking hand sanitizer.
Well,
He
he did, yeah. They gave him a choice. They told him that he could face federal price gouging charges for each individual item that he had, or that he could donate every single one of them and every penny of profit to charity.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything anymore.
Yeah. He pretty much got fucked. They were, then I just saw one of the local hardware stores in the Midwest, Menards, has a federal thing against them for price gouging as well on
Price
cleaning
gouging, yep.
supplies. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, I'm
Hey, the
glad.
good news is we might get less of those fucking commercials on YouTube.
Doubtful. Not where I
You
live.
don't really save big money at Menards, but they try and tell you that you will.
Depends on what you're buying from them.
Oh,
Right.
the other thing, on Amazon, if you're looking around and you see people price gouging like VG and PG, report them. Because if you go back to the original companies, that's not what they charge for it.
Yep.
So someone's running a racket over on Amazon.
Yeah, they've been trying to get that under control on there during this.
Yeah, but they'll get their store shut down. Which, I mean, it kind of sucks because one of them's Essential Depot's store, but whoever's running Essential Depot's store for him went like way up.
That's a dumb idea.
Socrates finding the silver lining there and then not working thing. Oh, hippie, difference between price gouging and supply and demand. Supply and demand, all of that. The difference is they're really racking up the price.
Most of the price gouges are like literally like 4, 5, 6 times the original price.
Yeah, it's not like a
just
supply and
increase.
it's not a supply and demand thing. A supply and demand thing, you're going to get a percentage increase because it's a hot ticket item.
They also take into account for the price of it for the past 2 weeks before the shortage happened. So once the price gouging report is put in, it goes off of a algorithm off of what the price was for the 2 weeks before
They
it
can
started.
they can even go back a fucking year on most of those products and they've stayed about the same.
Well, they're like Essential Depot apparently is sending nasty letters to Michelle, but they took their price for what was a gallon and are now charging it for a liter. So it's actually higher than what they were charging for a gallon. There's no correlation to it. Like they deserve to get reported and they deserve to get their store shut down if it is actually Essential Depot. They deserve it. I won't recommend their VG or PG anymore.
There was a couple places I saw that they actually sent out letters to people that said, or emails that said, "Hey, we're no longer taking orders for this for the next fucking month until we get caught up on the umpteen back orders that we have." It's like, well, at least you guys are fucking smart about that. And I don't remember who it was that fucking who I saw that from. Was that from I forget which company it was. Fuck, I got an email about it about probably 3 or 4 days ago. I just saw we're no longer taking any additional orders at this time because we're too backed up and we're losing staff due to the current situation.
I could put that letter on my Discord so other people can see it too.
Yeah, put it on the Discord, Michelle. Happy Hippie, there's laws against you specifically if you go out and buy umpteen million crates of toilet paper. Turning around for let's say you bought them for what's a reasonable price for like a 8-pack of toilet paper, like $6, right? So that's reasonable for some high quality TP. So if you turn around and try and sell that for $30, if you turn around and try and sell it for $20, you've artificially increased the market. You did it. You've artificially increased the price on the market, which in turn opens the door for other people to artificially inflate the market, artificially inflate the market, artificially inflate the market, and eventually the market collapses. And so the laws are in place to protect the market. And so supply and demand is all fine and dandy. You can raise your price $1, you can raise your price $2. That's fine and dandy. But if you go and try and, quadruple the price just because something's in demand right now, you're going to artificially collapse going to artificially inflate a market and then cause its collapse, which in turn causes, down the line the Amazon rainforest is completely chopped down and, the butterfly effect.
That and generally price gouging is something that takes place or that they consider, air quotes, taking place more often than not during times of tragedy, like when there's a crisis and prices on something essential get tripled and quadrupled specifically because that thing is essential right now, like toilet paper or hand sanitizer.
Yeah, because wasn't it in the 90s gasoline companies got fined for it too?
Yeah.
Yep.
And they should have got hit in the early 2000s for the bullshit they pulled, but
Yeah, same principle, different product.
I mean, much as I to say this, I did find a silver lining. Gas prices are down below $2 a gallon here, so.
That's right. That's because the Prince of Iraq or Prince of Iran, one of the two, decided against the better judgment of all of his advisors to cut the outgoing price of oil shipments in half to focus more on dealing with this current situation than with the oil situation.
Wow.
And the world was like, oh shit, really? Okay. Apparently he released a statement that said he would rather have his people be able to afford to get away if the situation gets bad than to make money off them being forced to stay where they are. Which, coming out of that region, specifically pertaining to oil, is a miraculous statement unto itself.
it is.
Yep.
Damn right.
Wow. And I did read somewhere that they're expecting those prices to stay that way throughout the entirety of the summer.
Hotbed, yeah.
So, if this does run its 2-month course that we're probably looking at here, those of you who want to do some summer traveling, this is going to be the year to do it.
Right?
Yep.
You'd be able to afford your hazmat suit and gas to get anywhere you want to go see.
Or your T-Rex suit.
That's right.
So, happy hippie, you're talking collector's market versus actual going into a store and buying it at a retail store.
right.
It's two completely separate things.
Yeah, collector's items are a completely separate entity because that doesn't fall under supply and demand or any price
that doesn't fall
gouging.
under supply or demand. That's all luxury.
It's like going and buying a fucking old
on-
80s Mercedes or something, and the price is
Yeah.
way up there.
80s Mercedes.
how rare it is and the condition of it.
Yeah, that's
Think
good.
of
Yeah.
like your sports cards.
Oh shit.
Your sports cards aren't worth shit. I hate
Not
to tell
anymore.
everybody that your sports cards aren't worth shit. Neither are your comic books.
Yep.
There's very
Well,
few things that are actually
technically-
worth money.
Technically, they're all paper, so they're all still worth quite a bit right now if the current
True
situation
enough.
stays the way it is.
You ain't wiping your ass with my spawn number 1.
Not yet. Give it
You might as well wipe your ass with that Spawn number 1. Spawn number 1's worth like $8.
I don't even care. See, I have more sentimental attachment to my comics than I do anything, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because that was like a big like transitionary phase in my life where I was like embracing nerdiness. I was like, fuck what people think. I'm a fucking dork. I love this shit. And we never had a comic book store or anything like that in my neighborhood until that year that like, what was that, like 91, 92? Spawn number 1 came out, I want to say. The dawn of Image Comics basically is when I really got into comics. So it was actually like a really cool time to get into like
It was a fantastic
comics.
time to be into comics.
So I have a huge attachment to those comics, and even like as recent as like a couple of years ago, I went back and ordered a bunch of comics that I wanted when I was like 12, just to have them. And a lot of them based on covers alone.
Yeah.
I was like, I just
That's
remember
what it
seeing
was
those.
back in the
Oh shit! Yeah, everything
90s.
was about gimmicks.
It was all about the art,
Yep.
and especially at Marvel.
I was just gonna say that's the sole reason I
Marvel
started
was
collecting
all about
Marvel
the
Ultimate
art.
cards, because those cards, the Ultimate series, was specifically brought in and drawn by like legitimate artists to make comics seem like more legitimate art at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Covers were everything. Covers and then the comic trading cards. That shit
Yeah,
was
like,
crazy.
Gen
Next levels,
13 issue
too.
1 had 13 variant covers
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how many did X-Men number 1 have? X-Men number 1 had like 8.
It
was
7 or
crazy.
8. Yeah.
That's that
The
comic
one
is
that
fucking
Jim
worthless.
Lee did.
Yeah. That comic is
Yeah.
fucking worthless.
Yeah, they printed like way
billion.
ton. Yeah, of that
Billions
book.
of copies of it, and it's sold.
Yeah.
It's sold, and the price of it stayed high for quite a while, but then the collector's market collapsed.
Yep.
Where- So now, like back in the '90s, there's like 2 comics that are worth anything, and that's New Mutants '98. That's because it's the first appearance of
Deadpool.
Deadpool,
Yep.
and Venom number 1, just because, and it has to be the original cover, not the reprints, not the variants, anything like that. The original cover of Venom number 1 is worth like $300.
I may or may not have that.
I've got it. I've got it. It's stuck away. But yeah, that one's worth like $300. And New Mutants '98 is worth like 70 something.
Yeah,
I'm
almost
worth
100.
$300.
You're worth $300 in a heartbeat, Lumi.
It's funny because back in the 90s, nobody cared about New Mutants 98. It was all about New Mutants 87, which was the first appearance of Cable.
Yeah.
And then, like, people were like, yeah, whatever.
New Mutants, yeah. Little did they know that one-off character.
Yeah.
Could
Come
stick
back to bite 'em.
around.
Yep.
First appearance of Squirrel Girl's worth quite a bit too.
Yeah, I don't think
I think
I
that's
have
what,
New
I think
Mutants
that's worth like 40 or 50 bucks.
98. I think I have 99 and 100 and 96. Like, all the ones surrounding
Oh, yeah, all the
it.
ones surrounding it, yeah.
Yep. I bought those later on, I think, just after the fact. Because I liked all that stuff, because that led into X-Force right after New Mutants 100.
X-Force was amazing.
And I dug
Fuck
that.
yeah, it was. I've always
I
loved
thought
Domino.
that was a cool team. So I have like the first probably 2 years of that. So like 20-something issues of X-Force.
Yeah, and that led into, what was the name of that? What was the name of the big crossover where all the comics got involved?
The Executioner's song?
Yeah, the Executioner song.
I have a bunch of those too, still polybags with the cards in them.
They were amazing. That was fantastic. That's where the virus got released and everything.
I may or may not have acquired those by illicit means as a child.
It happens.
From a local supermarket.
Then I liked the Age of Apocalypse because it flipped everything on
I remember that.
its side.
Threw it all out the window. Everything you thought you knew was gone.
Yeah,
Yep.
like Magneto was all of a sudden a good
He
guy.
was a good guy, yeah. And a
Cyclops
vehement
was
good guy
one
at
of
that.
and Cyclops was one of the 4 horsemen.
Yeah.
Yep.
She got crazy.
Wolverine.
Eddie
And he
Tuning.
got Blink.
Toonie wants to know how much is his September 1959 Life magazine worth.
Yeah, it might be worth something. It depends on what the articles are.
Especially
I was
to a
gonna say-
Life magazine collector.
Well, and it also depends on if it's addressed to your house or if you stole it from a dentist office.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
Dr. Shapiro's office.
What you got, Lumi? Is it all filled?
No, not yet. I'm just doing some experimentation on him. Oh, there we go. To see how much of the orb he fills.
Wow.
So I have that going in there, and then I just figured out that I could put him in, and he can hold his place like that. Because
Nice slow pour.
This is the top of the orb, so what I'll have to do is I'll have to fill it, and then I'll just have to place him inside of it and let it sit like this so he doesn't float to the bottom. I'm working over here. I'm working. I'm cruising. I got ideas. I got dreams.
Do it. Do it.
Alright. Well, it is that time. I didn't realize it was that late already. Holy shit. That flew by.
Oh!
It's a good Wednesday. 2 more days and a weekend, and by weekend I mean work days, because that's what I'll be doing. So, let's take it around the room. Everybody say their piece, and let's get the fuck out of here. Oh,
Hi,
and
everybody.
before I forget, because this was brought up earlier this week because of unfortunate series of events, the last Dark Horse has finally fallen from the race. The UFC has canceled their next 3 events.
What?
So,
WWE's still doing WrestleMania from an empty warehouse.
I saw,
Really?
I saw
Yeah.
that.
Wow. It's pretty hardcore.
So, what I
WWE don't stop.
Wow.
Don't stop for nobody.
within the
Nothing.
next 3 weeks, we're going to be doing a Saturday fuck off show. So,
We didn't even talk free agency. Like, we didn't
oh
do
yeah,
anything.
we didn't. We'll have to get to that. That might have to be a Saturday show because then Lumi can just sit there and do her own little magical things.
Well, it would have been
Come-
perfect tonight because she's
Foosball.
been over there doing Lumi
Zoned out
projects all
anyway,
night.
yeah.
Foosball.
Yeah, I did
Foosball.
braids. I just said, fuck the foosballs.
Right.
And then I just made this doohickey so I could place this little doohickey on top of him and place them upside down.
Here you go.
Yes.
All the hickeys are crying.
Look forward to that within the next 3 weeks. It might be this coming Saturday because at that point I'm going to be pretty sore, so I'm going to need something to dull the pain off with. So I think whiskey might do the trick. But be on the lookout for that. We are going to do a surprise Saturday show. You'll know when it happens because it'll be a surprise.
Yep. Hit your notification button, everybody.
That's right.
Or-
Make sure you got that bell rung.
Or you could join the Discord and I'll post it there.
That too.
But yeah. Have at it, Fresh. Sorry I interrupted you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Fresh03. I do live mixing shows every Monday, Tuesday, sometimes Friday and Saturday. I'm on all the time. I'm on live everywhere. We'll be hanging out at some point on a Saturday. I'm going to use my main shout out tonight, though, for Lumi's other show that she's on, the Mix and Vixens. So it's independent, wild Lumi mixing. She's along with some other fantastic mixers. You got Rin Vapes, Emily, ML Nikon. You've got the Juice Fairy, sometimes Jarvis. They do have special guests. It is one of the best, if not the best, recipe show on. I think you and Developed kind of slug it out every week, but Mix and Vixens.
I think somebody from That's What She Said might be joining us for a chit chat show.
Yes. So
Very interesting.
that's coming up very soon, everybody. Go check out Mix and Vixens. Mix and Vixens is an incredible show. You get to see 4 different takes on the same profile with different recipes. You get to see the individual mixers, their thoughts, and usually they're really, really funny. I love the Mix and Vixens. So everybody go check out the show. MIXIN space Vixens. Mix and Vixens. Go check them out. Everybody be beautiful to each other. Educate, advocate, be good for this community. Be like Rye. I'm going to pass it over to the baby alien himself, Larry Staler.
What's
up, Larry?
Usually find me occasionally on the shows with Fresh, TJ. Usually sometimes causing shenanigans on the Looney streams. But who knows, it might go up because I'm on a 2-week paid vacation.
Excellent.
I will pass it off to Adam.
Thank you. Mid exhale.
That's entirely why I did it.
Meter posted one of my links and saved me from copying and pasting another thing, so I appreciate that. That's really the important one for this show. Join the group and pick some songs. I have 2 days off, so I'm gonna finish Gizzard's song tomorrow, and then I'll randomize. I don't know, probably Wednesday, probably a week from today. I'll probably randomize the list just for people to get a couple more votes in.
So I got time.
And I mean, that's really it. I could drop these links, I guess, to, I suppose, to Eddie and the Arsons, my Instagram, and my ELR. Mix my recipes. Tell me what you think. Share the love. That's why we're all here. Thanks for having me, TJ. Always a blast. And yeah, I hope you guys keep playing the game and keep voting for songs because it's fucking fun. And when I get to the songs, it's always fun as hell. Even the songs that I don't think are gonna be fun. So that's the best part of it. So thank you everybody for watching. And I want to pass it to Lumi because that's pretty much my option, but she's gone. Lumi, go.
I'm crafting
There she
shit.
is.
I'm upgrading and I'm super gluing. I just super glued my finger to my desk. That was pretty traumatizing. I'm good. Make sure I'm not super gluing myself to anything else. I can't touch anything. So here we go.
There's a cat at my door.
We're gonna copy in pasta.
Hi.
This mind has been on a mission for new resin stuff. Like, if you guys knew, not only did I just release 2 new skulls, I am working on 3 more molds. Just got another new one. I'm building shit. I'm doing things. So if you're interested in any of that, or you want to buy some braids, need some help with DIYing, or somebody to talk to, hit me up on Discord, Instagram, or Facebook. Pictures will be up there of all the stuff that I'm working on. And if you want to watch Shenanigans and Vidgy games, most of you guys don't watch Vidgy games. I'm over on Twitch, yelling at people, swearing at people. Typical fun stuff. You can subscribe if you have Amazon Prime. It's free. Helps me out quite a bit. Keeps all these resin projects afloat. So if you do, thank you very much. It's appreciated. Thank you all for being here. And TJ, thanks for having me. I'm going to give it to you, to the pissy desk.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for showing up. Keep touching your faces as much as possible, without washing. Wipe with no
just
TP.
super glued.
Yeah. I knew that would get her. All right. Moving along. Thank you all for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. It's always fun to have you all. It's nice to see some familiar faces out there, and some that we haven't seen in a while. But remember, we will be here no matter what the case is. Even if I get said thing, I'm still going to be here regardless, because, that's what I'm gonna do. This, upper respiratory infection ain't gonna keep me down. But anyhow, I wish I could say that I will be on I'm No Joe tomorrow, but we are doing an I'm No Joe. Okay, all right, I will be there.
Oh, you bet your fuzzy ass.
Okay, well then we will be there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, that'll bring up some interesting things to talk about, I'm sure, and a whole lot of shenaniganry that's going to go down with that. But anyhow, that'll be tomorrow night on the I'm No Joe channel. So I wasn't quite sure with the whole ridiculousness is that there was of cancelings, but for those of you who have to go to work, make sure you're being safe. Punch people if they get too close, that type of thing. Fisticuffs.
Right.
But most definitely, make sure you're checking in with your loved ones, especially those that are immunocompromised and things of that nature. The elderly, as much as I hate to use that fucking word. But those that are in their advanced stages of life, you definitely want to check in on them, make sure they're doing all right. Check in on your neighbors, for Christ's sake. I got a couple of neighbors here that are cancer patients that I've had to go check in on just to make sure they've got everything that they need, because some of them can't get out, and with them being immunocompromised, they're at a bit higher risk. So check on those that you love and enjoy the time with your families. As much as it pains me to say this, look, I know people want time off, but when you're forced to have time off and forced to be around your family, sometimes it can get a little rough, but enjoy it, because, you don't know how much of that time you'll get moving forward. So enjoy it, and as always, educate, advocate, not for yourselves, not for any of us up here, but for those lovely sons of bitches that are still smoking stinkies that haven't made their way over to vaping yet. So on that note, I'm going to send it over to the one, the only on this show, the Meter Vapes.
So, first and foremost, regardless of how much you may or may not like Mexican beer, do not touch your face with super glue on your hands. Aside from that, thank you, TJ, for having a show every Wednesday that lunatics like myself and my fellow crazy panel members can bring ourselves to try and get some semblance of normalcy back to our brain. Thank you to everyone who watches this, whether you are here with us live in the chat or you are catching this on a replay. We appreciate you guys the most, because without you guys here, we would just be crazy people in a Zoom room talking to ourselves, and that's not helpful. But like we talked about earlier, illness be damned, regardless of cancellations and the world being temporarily put on hold, I'm No Joe is not. We will be here tomorrow, and every Thursday night we have the opportunity to bring you all of the relevant information in the world of combat sports. All things punchy kicky, and your source for shit talking and shenanigans. The I'm No Joe podcast will not be contained by this issue. We've been self-quarantining long before this was a problem. We'll be here tomorrow night for you folks to come and enjoy. That being said, make sure you understand the difference between antimicrobial and antibacterial. There are many, many benefits to vaping, especially in this strange times that we are living in, but we have to be careful about how we phrase things because sometimes the slightest misspeaking can come back to bite us in the ass. I mean, look at what we've got in the White House right now. Oh, that was a joke that totally went wrong. But we are all here, regardless of all of that shit, because of this beautiful life-saving technology. The fact that we are here to keep having these conversations means that it is our job as benefactors from this technology to continue to spread the facts, the information that is more valuable now than ever, facts about how much better this is as an alternative to any other lifestyle smoking related. So it is your job now. You don't have to do everything, but you do have to do something. You've gotten benefits from vaping. Time for you to reap those benefits and give them back to the next person. Tell everyone you know about the benefits of vaping. It's not time to be quiet anymore. The shit's going to hell in a handbasket. Might as well go out with a smile on our face knowing that we were right. We have no choice. If we don't band together, we will be banned together.
On that note, we will see you guys all next week, barring I am not physically incapable of making it to this chair. But love y'all. See you guys all later. I'll see some of y'all tomorrow night on I'm No Joe and any other shows that I can sneak myself into since I have next week off. No. See you guys later. Enjoy this on the way out. Something I don't think we've heard in a while. I don't think. I could be wrong, though. I don't remember. I play so many different things here. Yeah. Adam Cover. Bye-bye.
Masturbate.
Ejaculate!